So this year's The Batman has just been given a rating of PG-13. What does this mean? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, and welcome to the Batcave. Seeing as so many of you seem to enjoy that casual video I put up the other day where I just unscripted talked through my opinion and thoughts on the Batman trailers and how I feel about the movie in general, I thought I would do another one, this time talking about recent news that's come out since I did that video on the movie's rating. Now, if you're not aware, the rating that the movie has been given is PG-13. Now, since this announcement has come out, I have seen nothing but hatred and anger towards Warner Brothers and even Matt Reeves. Like, it's crazy. I've seen lots of boycott DC hashtags, lots of boycott Warner Brothers hashtags, and a lot of people just trying to boycott this movie in general over its rating. Now, before I get into my exact thoughts on this, I want to talk a little bit about the rating PG-13 as a definition. Like, what does this mean exactly? What exactly is classified as PG-13? Now, essentially what PG-13 means is that the content within the movie itself is likely to be unsuitable for viewing by children. I think the exact description says parents are urged to be cautious. Now, at the end of the day, what we are seeing is a comic book movie adaptation. Yes, there are very adult-themed comics, but this is a movie that it's in the best interest of the studio for it to appeal to the widest audience possible. At the end of the day, movie making is a business. Let's not forget that before we get so angry. Having said that, I don't think that having a PG-13 rating means exactly what you guys think it does. It doesn't mean we're going to have a Disney movie. It doesn't mean it's going to be super child-friendly, super happy, super fairy tale happy ever after type movie. Not at all. We can tell just by watching the trailer. Like, people seem to jump on the bandwagon with this news, like, oh, PG-13, that's it, I'm not watching the movie, everyone should boycott the movie. Use your eyes, watch the trailers. We can see the violence and the vibe and the atmosphere purely from the trailers, right? There's clearly a very creepy atmosphere coming on with the Riddler. He's clearly some psychopathic serial killer. Now, you're not going to have that in some happy-go-lucky kids movie. Not only that, but it's 100% for sure violent. We see Batman absolutely lay into some guy like I talked about in the previous video where we did this, and that's not a kids movie. Like, that is brutal. In fact, I'd probably say that's more brutal than anything we've seen in any prior Batman movies. Yeah, we know Ben Affleck and Keaton were both killers, but we didn't really see anything that violent, you know? So, have faith. Now, I thought it would be a good idea to give you guys some examples of previous PG-13 rated movies, because some of you seem to be forgetting. Now, The Dark Knight trilogy was PG-13. Were there any complaints about Nolan's trilogy? Was it too light? Was The Dark Knight too light? Let's think about some of the stuff we see in The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger's Joker is pretty menacing, pretty terrifying. Look what happens to Harvey Dent. Look how graphic that side of the face was. When that first came out, that was hard to watch. And even to this day, still looks pretty gross. So we seem to be forgetting the stuff that PG-13 movies can still get away with these days. Not only that, Venom, if we want to go more recent, Venom was also PG-13. Free Guy, obviously things like Avengers, Spider-Man, they were all PG-13. Cloverfield, The Sixth Sense, Casino Royale, Dunkirk. These are all very serious, very tonally quite dark movies, like Sixth Sense, Dunkirk. These are dealing with horror vibes, thriller vibes, war, murder, death, like tragic stories. It doesn't mean that the Batman's going to be lighthearted. Now, I've seen a lot of people on Facebook, and I even ended up leaving a comment on one, and one guy was kicking off at me, saying that this is not acceptable because Matt Reeves promised us not only a darker take on the Dark Knight, on Batman, but a horror vibe. And he's saying PG-13 means we're not going to get that horror vibe. And I said, yeah, but you know, The Dark Knight was rated PG-13, and this guy said, but Nolan didn't promise a dark horror-themed movie in his trilogy, whereas Matt Reeves has. Now, let me point out something else. I'm going to list a few movies to you, and you tell me what rating they have. Insidious, A Quiet Place, The Ring, Drag Me to Hell, The Grudge, The Eye, and loads more. Now, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, those are some of the most, not necessarily best horror movies ever, but some of the biggest and most impactful horror movies over the last 10 to 20 years, like The Grudge, The Ring, Insidious. These were big movies in the horror genre, and they were pretty scary. So if you're telling me that those can get away with PG13 and the Batman can't, I don't know what world you're living in. So all I'm trying to say with this video, the whole point I want to get across is stop freaking out. It's like, those of you who don't know, I also run a Lord of the Rings lore channel called The Broken Sword, and obviously Lord of the Rings, the Amazon Prime studio, has got the rights for a show that's coming out later this year. And about a year ago, there was some news leaked that the execs over at Amazon or whatever were hiring a nudity management expert or something in New Zealand. It wasn't even confirmed it was for this production, but everybody went crazy, and they are still going crazy now. People are not dropping this. Tolkien wouldn't allow sex scenes. He wouldn't sexualize his characters. This is disgusting. It's like spitting on his works. Like, people absolutely lost it. And what's crazy is they've even come out and said it's more likely to be used in a manner that makes sense. Like, for example, in the Second Age, in Middle-earth, there's like sacrifices and stuff, quite dark themed things that's not sexualizing the content. But people weren't listening, and they've made their minds up, and then there's a huge movement about trying to cancel the Amazon Prime show. And I'm just getting vibes of that again with this. People forget what's possible, people forget what's actually happened, they don't do any research of their own, and they just stir up some crazy rumors, and all these things gain momentum on social media, and suddenly everyone's boycotting the Batman. It's an amazing movie, but no one's gone to see it because of this trend, because of this thing that people are following blindly, and suddenly the universe gets cancelled, we don't get a sequel. It's exactly what happened to the Snyderverse, people. Everyone ripped into Batman vs Superman, which was a studio issue, not Zack Snyder's issue, which we were proven was the case after the release of the Snyder Cut. And now there's no more Snyderverse, there's no more Ben Affleck Batman, no more Henry Cavill Superman by the looks of things. So I want to just, even if this reaches 200 people, 100 people, and you're one of the ones that doesn't want to see the movie because of the rating, I hope this video changes your mind. I hope the list of movies I've given you and the genre that they are in gives you some hope that the Batman can still be very scary, very violent, and it can certainly be the darkest take we've had on the character so far. I'm very, very, very curious to know what you guys think of this. One thing I want to ask is, please don't get aggressive and crappy in the comments. It's just uncalled for. Be constructive, be, I don't want to say political, but put your point across and let's hear some evidence. Don't just say, no, PG-13, it's crap, I'm not watching it. Like, this is not helping anyone. Let's be a good fan base. If we support these films, we'll get more content. Make sense? Also, don't judge a book by its cover. Give your opinion after you've seen the movie. Simple as that. That's the best advice I can give to any fan of any franchise. It's the same with Lord of the Rings, it's the same with Star Wars, and it's the same with the Batman. That's pretty much all I wanted to get across today. Hopefully you're enjoying these little Batchats, as a few of you were calling them. They were very... I can't lie, I was taken back a little bit by how many people watched the last one. It was like 35 minutes long, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So if you enjoy listening to me sat here complaining or ranting or even celebrating Batman, then I can definitely do minimum one of these a week, especially if some news comes about and something starts happening. I'll definitely get my opinion and my thoughts across. And the interaction was fantastic. So I love that we're already, after just, I think 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, of the Batcave existing, we're already building that Bat community. We're building the Batcave, which is really, really cool. So thank you all so much. Again, don't judge this movie until you've seen it. Don't boycott it, that's stupid. Even if you want to, I'm not promoting this. I'm a filmmaker and I would never promote this, but even if you're one of the people that won't go and support it in the cinema and you download it illegally, first of all, shame on you, but at least you've watched the movie and then you can give your own opinion. That's all that really matters. If you can give your opinion and it's positive, even if you downloaded it illegally, again, shame on you, then that opinion may feed another person's want to go and see the film. So you're doing your part. Again, PG13 doesn't mean kids film. There we go. I don't know, again, I've got no cameraman for this, so I don't know if my background is in focus or if I'm in focus, if the lighting's okay. I hope the audio's picked up. Last time the mic was pretty much covering half my face, so I got rid of that and put on a lapel mic instead. Hopefully it's all worked out. I kind of want to show you guys the new stuff in my background. I don't know if you can see that, there's a Nightwing shelf up there. I got the new Gotham Knights Nightwing and a Nightwing bust. And I also got another 10 busts from that collection. Got a really good deal on them, so that was pretty cool. And then I got a load more of the DC Multiverse figures, which I'm going to show you quickly. I will at some point do a video on my entire DC and Batman collection, because it's getting a bit out of control. Some new figures I got recently is John Stewart Green Lantern from the Justice League animated film. We got a Dr. Fate figure from Injustice. I love Dr. Fate. I cannot wait to see him in Black Adam, if the rumors are true. We've got a Snyder Cut Justice League Flash, which is a very, very nice figure actually. The texture on the suit is real nice. And then finally, the other new purchase today was Black Suit Superman from Superman the Animated Series. I love this guy. And obviously I got the Gotham Knights Nightwing today. And over there, if you can see it, we also got a 1960s Riddler, because why not? That's pretty much it. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me ramble and rant. I hope you continue to come back and watch these videos. We've got another full story video coming out on another character this week, one that I think you'll like. I'm going to start pumping those out once, maybe even twice a week, along with these news and Batchat videos, and potentially even some reviews and previews, things like that. I might even start doing some unboxing. We'll see how it goes. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and don't forget to return to the Batcave for more Bat content.